Good afternoon, happy Tuesday. Welcome to a new reading vlog and a new reading week. This one's kind of a weird one because when you're watching this, you will have just seen a reading vlog like 4 days ago from last week, and now we're on this week. But by watching that, you'll have known that we just got back from a little weekend away. Yeah, we got back last night around dinner time and just unpacked and did all that good stuff. This morning is Tuesday. It's Tuesday afternoon right now. We've had playgroup and lunchtime and grocery shopping, and I'm now getting ready to settle in with my tea, and I got to get a lot of blog posts written. I've got to do a lot of writing this afternoon and just getting things done and prepared because we're getting into the end of March, so I need to start prepping for April and getting things done for April and for blog posts and all of that stuff. April is going to be kind of a crazy month anyway with a readathon going on and everything else like that, so I'm trying to prepare as much as I can now so it's not so crazy. Maybe. I'm currently reading The Princess Bride. I'm on page 60. I don't know what my thoughts are. I really like the movie, and I know the movie is from this book. Not loving the book so far. I love the movie. I mean, it's not an all-time favorite from Ryan or anything, but I really like watching it. So I'm really hoping I start to enjoy the book a little bit more. Right now I'm just kind of like, which I kind of think partially is from, I read Once Upon a River by Diane Satterfield, so I think that I'm still like stuck on that a little bit. And I just finished that last week, the end of last week. So I'm reading The Princess Bride. My reading plans for this week are to read The Princess Bride and Standard Deviation. Both books this week. Crossing my fingers I can do it. Can I actually do it? I think I can. Standard Deviation is a short one. I think it's only like 200 or 300 pages. The Princess Bride is like 400 something pages. Crossing my fingers. We'll just have to see. It'll be, again, fun for you guys to watch to see if I accomplish my reading goals or fall flat on my face. Hello, happy Wednesday, good afternoon. We have just had a really busy morning. I have a really busy afternoon. My kids have a really easy afternoon of nap time. But I've got a busy afternoon. I've got to get more writing done, like more of the other stuff done before I can call it good. I need to get a few blog posts written and just stuff prepped for April. With that being said, I got a little bit of reading done last night, not as much as I would have hoped. I'm on page 106 of The Princess Bride. I am really struggling, you guys. I didn't expect to struggle with this one this much. I thought it would be relatively easy because I know the story, like I know kind of what to expect, and I figured it would be kind of like just a light, easy. It's not like a deep ingrained story that I need to like analyze or anything. I thought it'd just be an easy read, but I'm only on page 106 and there are how many pages? 400 pages. Yeah, 400 pages of this book. I'm already on page 100. I'm only on page 106. I've been reading this book since Monday, technically. We'll just count Monday as the first day that I've read it. I just don't know if I'm not getting into it. I don't know. I don't know. So basically, this is my plan. I am going to give myself today. If I still cannot get into it today, I'm just going to call it like whatever. call it what it is and move on to something else. So part of it could just be I'm just not into The Princess Bride as a book. It's an abridged classic, and so far what I'm liking the most is his commentary on the original work and why he cut what he cut and all that stuff. That's what I'm finding more intriguing than anything else. I'm not gonna say I will never read The Princess Bride if I don't finish it today. I'm gonna say if I don't finish it today, I'm gonna put it down and read something else and then maybe come back to it, because I'm just not getting into it now. The other reason that I might be having a harder time to get into it now is I might be a little bit like still on Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. Like, that book is still so ingrained. I put the book review up yesterday, not yesterday as you're watching this, but I put the book review up, and I still don't feel like I'm done with the book, if that makes sense. So yeah, that could also play into it, but I'm kind of just getting frustrated that I'm not really getting into the story, and so that's why I'm gonna give myself to the end of today. And if I don't get into it anymore, I will probably pick up anything else, to be completely honest. Any of these three next. We've got Standard Deviation by Catherine Henny. This is a contemporary, also for a book club. I need to look and see what the meeting is for this book club to see if it's even worthwhile me trying to read it or not. Worthwhile for me to read it right this instant. I would still potentially read it, to clarify that. So I have Standard Deviation, I have All Quiet on the Western Front by Eric Maria Remarque, and Public Library and Other Stories by Allie Smith. These two are library books. I definitely want to get to these two before the end of March. So there's a Loftly plan, because the end of March is next week. So this is where I'm at for the next week and a half. We're back to this pile for the next week and a half. Good morning, happy Friday. I did not update you guys yesterday, because yesterday was just yesterday. I woke up with a migraine, and then I had a whole lot of like sinus, I don't even know, going on. So I just didn't really feel like whipping out the camera and being like, hi. So, but when my migraine subsided in the afternoon and I got all the things that I needed to get done, I picked up The Princess Bride and crammed like 200 pages. I'm currently on page 299 of The Princess Bride. If you asked me 2 days ago if I would have gotten to this point, I would have said, hell no. I fully expected to just put it down. To be completely honest, I was fully anticipating to just read it on Wednesday afternoon and put it down. But I won't say that I got into the story at all. It's harder to read, but I'm treating it as like a companion, which sounds a little bit ridiculous. So the whole premise of The Princess Bride, like the whole story behind it, is it's this huge tale that has now been abridged into a shorter book, which was then turned into a screenplay and became a movie. I really like the movie, and so I thought the book would be easy to read. It wasn't. But I found that by treating the book as like a companion, almost like, you know how like series, they'll make companion guides to go along. I found that by treating it as like a companion guide, everything went much smoother. Hello, good afternoon. It's been a few hours. It's Friday afternoon now. I have finished The Princess Bride. And I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. Cause it was okay. There wasn't anything like amazing about it. It wasn't like, oh my goodness, it blew me out of the water. It was just okay. So yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. I don't really have anything else to say about it. I feel like I should have more to say about it, because I'm sure there's a lot to analyze and there's a lot to go into. I don't have any feelings. I feel quite ambivalent over it right now. Like, I'm just kind of like, okay. I have picked up Public Libraries by Ali Smith. It's in the other room. This was the last minute decision to come in here and update you guys with. It is a collection of short stories, which I can't actually remember the last time that I actually read a true collection of short stories. Some of the novels that I read I would consider short stories in a novel form, but they're not, technically. So I have to, like, I can't remember the last time I read an actual collection of short stories. So I'm looking forward to it. It's all about libraries. I mean, I can't ask for anything more than that. So there's that. I want to talk to you guys real fast about what we're doing this weekend, because it's kind of a serious topic. Not really. Really it is, but I'm not going to share. I'm not going to share where we're going. I'm going to let that sink in when we get there. But I do want to let you guys know that some of the footage is going to be completely silent. And that is very much done intentionally. And I hope that you will understand why I've done it, and the reasoning behind it. I haven't edited, like, we haven't even gone, like, none of this stuff. This is just what I know and what I feel like is the right thing to do and what I need to do. So some of the footage is it's gonna be completely quiet. No sounds, nothing, no music, no overlay. And I think that you'll understand when you see it. Whatever. So that's my update for now. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday afternoon. We went and spent the day doing some intense, hard sightseeing. And we are now heading home. So I've put in some of the footage from it. There are some things that I did not film because I couldn't. I could barely bring myself to anyway. Yeah, and like I said before all the footage rolled, it's all purposefully silent. We went to Dachau, and it's a memorial, and I just don't feel like it needs any soundtrack to go along with it. It should be quiet. It should be a moment of silence and remembrance, and yeah, it was incredible. I said this to my best friend, I said it to my husband, and I feel like it's the most truest thing that I can say to capture the experience, in that it's one thing to read about it, it's one thing to, you know, watch documentaries, to see footage of this. It's a completely other thing to experience it, to walk it, to be in these spots. It was intense, it was tough. I cried at a couple points because it was just, I can't I can't even, I don't have the words, to be completely honest. So yeah, that's how we spent our Saturday. Okay, sorry about that. Minor interlude from the kids. So yeah, that's what we spent our Saturday doing. It's a very important, it's so hard, but it's so important to do. So there you go. There's my spiel. I could go on and on and on about that, but we're already far into this reading vlog. Okay, so reading update. I'm reading Public Library by Ali Smith. This is my first, I think, adult collection of short stories that is actually technically a collection of short stories. Some of the books that I've written as an adult I would consider a whole bunch of essays or short stories, but this is the first one that is actually technically short stories. I'm enjoying it. It's interesting. I don't know if it's Ali Smith's her writing, or if it's the stories in nature or what. But it's interesting. I'll say that much. I'm about halfway through, so I think I'm gonna finish it probably this evening, to be completely honest. Or even just now on the way home. We're heading home. Normally I get car sick when I read in the car, but the last couple trips I haven't had that issue, so don't know.
Not good driving.
Apparently it's my husband's good driving. Even though he would be the one that would make me car sick all the time. Maybe it's just driving in Germany. Maybe there's something about driving in Germany. Anyway, we are heading home now. We are gonna go home, we're gonna eat, we're gonna 40 miles on hang out and relax, and I'm gonna read a lot. So I will check in with you guys a little bit later on. Good afternoon, happy Sunday. I am coming at you to close out this week's reading vlog. I finished Public Library by Ali Smith last night, late last night. And I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. There were a couple stories that stood out to me. The Ex-Wife and The Art of Elsewhere really stood out to me, and I really liked them. I also really liked the in between, where she had remembrances from other writers and other people about libraries, and I really liked that as well. So yeah, I'm probably not going to pick up anything until at the earliest this evening, if at all. Today I've got to edit all this together, I've got to get blog posts scheduled and all of that stuff, so I'm not really going to have a Sunday afternoon reading, which kind of stinks, but kind of not. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week.